In 1961, Dr. Leonid Rogosov performed surgery on himself in Antarctica to remove his own appendix. There was no other doctor available, and the operation was a matter of life or death. Using local anesthesia and a mirror, Rogosov operated for almost 2 hours, saving his life in one of the most extreme medical stories ever recorded. This photo from 1865 depicts a mummy trader in Egypt with several ancient mummies. During this period, Egyptian mummies were sold for a variety of purposes, from souvenirs to even being ground into powder for medicinal use. The image highlights a fascinating yet dark chapter of history when ancient remains were commodified for trade. In this unusual beauty contest from the 1950s, the judges were inspecting only the legs of the contestants. To ensure impartiality, the participants' faces were covered. This quirky method was part of the competition, reflecting a unique and somewhat odd approach to beauty standards of the era. This eerie photo shows a group of young scouts wearing gas masks during a parade, likely as part of a civil defense exercise in preparation for chemical warfare. Such drills were common during the World War II era, where the threat of gas attacks loomed large, especially after their use in World War I. In 1956, these women participated in the Miss Perfect Posture contest. The winners were chosen based not only on their looks, but also on the straightness of their spines. X-rays were taken, and judges examined the contestants' posture. It's a strange reminder of how beauty standards have evolved over time. These unusual hooded capes, known as capote e capello, were traditionally worn by women in the Azores, an archipelago in Portugal, during the 19th century. The capes provided protection from the rain and harsh winds of the islands. They have since become a symbol of the Azorean cultural identity, rarely seen today. This is a childhood photo of Albert Einstein, taken in 1882 when he was around 3 years old. Einstein's early years gave little indication of the scientific genius he would become. Despite his shy and quiet nature as a child, he grew up to revolutionize physics with his theory of relativity. Robert Wadlow, standing at an incredible height of 8 feet 11 inches, 2.72 meters, holds the title of the tallest person in recorded history. Born in 1918, his height was a result of an overactive pituitary gland, leading to excessive growth. Despite his fame, he lived a humble life until his passing in 1940 at just 22 years old. These sketches, made by Galileo Galilei in 1610, depict the phases of the moon as he observed them through his telescope. Galileo's observations revolutionized astronomy by proving that celestial bodies like the moon were not perfect spheres, challenging the prevailing belief of the time. This 19th century photograph shows a doctor demonstrating the human nervous system. The detailed display includes nerves and anatomical structures used as an educational tool for medical students. Such exhibits were crucial in advancing the study of anatomy and medicine during this time. This photo shows a man who survived being scalped by Native Americans. During the westward expansion in the 19th century, conflicts between settlers and native tribes were common. Scalping was a tactic used to intimidate enemies. Despite the trauma, this man survived, symbolizing the harsh realities of that era. This is a photograph of a Bombay machine used during World War II to decode German Enigma machine messages. Operated by women like the one in the picture, these machines played a critical role in breaking enemy codes, contributing significantly to the Allied victory. The work was done in secrecy, and many of these women remained unrecognized for years. This photo captures Marilyn Monroe performing for American troops in Korea in 1954. During a tour organized by the USO, United Service Organizations, Monroe entertained over 100,000 soldiers, boosting morale in the aftermath of the Korean War. Her charm and lively presence brought much-needed joy to the troops, making her a beloved figure. This strange image from 1939 shows women wearing cone face masks designed to protect them from snowstorms. These masks were meant to keep the face clear from harsh winds and snowflakes, but their effectiveness was likely limited. Despite the odd look, they reflect creative attempts at weather protection during that time. This is a portrait of Ruth Malcolmson, who was crowned Miss Philadelphia in 1924 and later went on to win Miss America the same year. She was known for her natural beauty and charm at a time when beauty pageants were just becoming popular in America. Ruth stood as a symbol of grace during the early years of these competitions. This photograph shows two grave diggers at work in a desolate cemetery, likely from the early 20th century. Their job was critical during times of epidemics or wars, as mass burials were common. It's a haunting reminder of the darker aspects of history, where disease and death often overwhelm societies. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through history with these rare and thought-provoking images. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear which photo left the biggest impact on you. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our future explorations of the past. Your support means the world to us.